Have you ever seen a dog so massive, it feels like walking next to a small horse? One built to rescue people from deadly snowstorms, and the other designed to hunt wild boars. They're both known as gentle giants. But when it really comes down to it, which one is more powerful? In this video, we're putting the Saint Bernard and the Great Dane in a head-to-head comparison. Not just to see who's stronger, but to figure out which one might be the better companion for you. We're talking history, personality, strength, health, and which one fits your lifestyle better. Let's jump in. The origins. Where these giants came from. The Saint Bernard was developed in the snowy Swiss Alps by monks at the Great Saint Bernard Hospice. Their mission? To rescue travelers stranded in dangerous snowstorms. These dogs were massive, strong, and had an insane sense of direction in blizzard conditions. Over time, they were bred from local farm dogs mixed with Roman Mastiffs, and they ended up saving over 2,000 lives in Alpine passes. That's not just heroic, that's legendary. Now, the Great Dane has a totally different story. Despite the name, it's not from Denmark, it's German. These dogs were originally used to hunt wild boars, which means they had to be fast, fearless, and strong. They're descended from English Mastiffs and Irish Wolfhounds. The name Great Dane actually came from French naturalists during a time when people weren't exactly on good terms with Germany, so the name stuck for political reasons. So the Saint Bernard was built for rescue and endurance, and the Great Dane was built for hunting and speed. Temperament. Which breed is more family-friendly? All right, now let's talk personality. Because let's be honest, it's one thing to admire a dog's strength, but it's another to actually live with one. The Saint Bernard is the definition of a gentle giant. They're super affectionate, loyal, and incredibly patient, especially with kids. A lot of families describe them as nanny dogs because they're so calm and watchful. But here's the thing, their size can still be an issue. If they're not trained early, even their excitement can knock over a toddler. That's why consistent obedience training is essential, even though their heart is made of gold. On the flip side, the Great Dane is just as loving and a lot more energetic. They absolutely love people, and they'll try to sit on your lap like they're still a puppy, even at 180 pounds. But they do have a stubborn streak. You've got to be patient, structured, and firm, especially in the early months. The good news? They're usually great with kids and other pets too, as long as they're socialized early. So, temperament-wise, Saint Bernard equals chill, cuddly, low energy. Great Dane equals playful, goofy, needs more activity. Both are sweet, but it comes down to your lifestyle. Strength Showdown, power, agility, and endurance. Now for the good stuff. Who's actually more powerful? The Saint Bernard is a powerhouse. They typically weigh between 140 to 180 pounds and stand about 25 to 27 inches tall. Their strength is in their build, thick muscles, strong shoulders, wide chests. They were literally bred to pull heavy sleds and carry people through the snow. So in terms of endurance and raw strength, they're beasts. But when it comes to agility and explosive power, the Great Dane takes the lead. They're taller sometimes, reaching up to 38 inches, and while they can also weigh up to 180 pounds, their build is totally different. They're leaner, more athletic, and bred to chase fast-moving prey. A Great Dane can sprint, leap, and move like a dog half its size. So if we're talking power over time, the Saint Bernard probably wins. But if you need speed, height, and agility, the Great Dane is your guy. Health issues. The hidden struggles of giant breeds. As amazing as these dogs are, there's one thing that can't be ignored: health problems. When you're dealing with giant breeds, the risks are higher and the lifespans are shorter. Let's start with the Saint Bernard. These dogs are prone to hip dysplasia, which affects their ability to walk comfortably as they age. They're also at risk for osteosarcoma, a bone cancer, and lymphosarcoma, a type of blood cancer. And there's a serious condition called bloat, or gastric torsion, where their stomach twists and it can be deadly if not treated immediately. On average, St. Bernards live about 8 to 10 years. The Great Dane faces many of the same issues: hip dysplasia, osteosarcoma, and bloat, which is actually the #1 killer of the breed. Another weird but true thing, they're so strong and enthusiastic, their tails can actually injure themselves when wagging too hard. It's called happy tail. Sounds cute, but it's painful. Also, Great Dane puppies grow fast, which means they need a carefully balanced diet otherwise. They can develop joint problems that follow them into adulthood. Lifespan? Usually around 7 to 10 years. So yeah, big dogs come with big love and sometimes big vet bills. Which dog is right for you? So now the real question: which dog is a better fit for you? Go with the St. Bernard if you want a mellow, affectionate companion who's happy lounging around the house and going on calm walks. They're ideal for families with a big yard and some patience for slobber. They're not high energy, but they are high love. Choose the Great Dane if you're looking for a tall, elegant dog with a goofy side and way more energy. You'll need the space for them to move and at least 1 to 2 hours of activity every single day. But if you give them what they need, they'll be the most loyal shadow you've ever had. Both dogs are incredible. It's not about which one's better, it's about which one fits your life. So who's the real gentle giant? The St. Bernard is a mountain-born tank with a heart of gold. The Great Dane is a lightning-fast athlete with a goofy soul. When it comes to endurance and raw pull strength, St. Bernard takes the crown. When it comes to speed, agility, and athletic power, the Great Dane dominates. Now it's your turn to decide who wins in your book. Drop your vote in the comments, Team Saint or Team Dane. And if you enjoyed this comparison, you're gonna love what's coming next. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next video.